Today we're going to be discussing John Quigley's article in the most recent Journal of Palestine Studies, which is Britain in the League of Nations, was there ever a mandate for Palestine? And what it's asking is, what is the legal basis for the mandate for Palestine? Upon capturing Palestine in December 1917, Britain assumed the role of belligerent occupant, and therefore it had no power to alter the legal order of the country, which it nonetheless did in 1920. In order to grant itself full power of governance over Palestine, Britain drew up the Mandate for Palestine, a document in which it declared its aim of promoting a Jewish national home in Palestine. This article examines this and other documents from the 1920s to argue that Britain did not have the legal grounding to alter its status as belligerent occupant, and that the League of Nations never took a position on Jewish territorial rights or on the legality of Britain's governance of Palestine. It argues further that the United Nations misread this history in 1947 when it took the Mandate for Palestine as a commitment of its predecessor, this would be the League of Nations, to Jewish territorial rights in Palestine. And when we look at treaties that are relevant to this article, particularly the Treaty of Sèvres, which is it's a French town famous for its porcelains, and the Treaty of Lausanne, these two treaties are relevant to what's going on here. Now, keep in if you read about the Treaty of Sèvres, this would have given more land to Armenia. It would have created an autonomous zone for Kurdistan. It would have completely reshaped the current how things are today in the Middle East. But it didn't happen because the Turkish nationalists rejected this treaty as something being put upon the Turks and something unfair. So the successor is Lausanne. Treaty of Lausanne guarantees the situation in the Bosporus, that Turkey effectively is the only controller of that, and they can shut it as they wish, effectively. And it also provided for a population swap. The Christians and Muslims from Greece and the Ottoman Empire, then Turkey, moved. Now, why does all this matter? Because the Treaty of Lausanne was in 1923, but the treaty wasn't ratified. And so this article goes through and explains the political machinations that were going on. And it really underlines the fact that if Britain did not have the sovereignty to, as a belligerent power, to modify what's going on in this country or to create a so-called mandate for Palestine, and if the Treaty of Lausanne, as it does, refers to the detaching of, in this case, Syria, Lebanon, Palestine as states, the idea that they would then be downgraded from states to colonial territories, which will then be nurtured into a partitioned Jewish and Palestinian state, is nuts. Because we haven't learned these facts, because we're unfamiliar, we might accept that idea.